morning, sir. Please, we are group 7. My name is Daniela Ichampo. Then we are presenting on automated or smart content creation. We will first talk about what smart content is, how smart content works, benefits of smart content and its examples, and how to create smart content with St. Paul's. So I'll go ahead to explain what smart content is. So smart content, also known as dynamic content, is the use of technology, particularly artificial intelligence (AI), to create and deliver educational materials that are tailored to individual learner needs and styles. So, in smart content, it typically involves using data and technology to create personalized content experiences for the user or the learner. Then we move on to examples, some examples of smart content. So we have dynamic web pages. So dynamic web pages are interactive web pages that is often used for news sites or blogs. And then with this, new content is added frequently. And then we move on to chat box. So the chat box is a program, it's a software program or interface def- designed to mimic or imitate human conversation, typically through text or speech. And then we have Coursera online courses. So with the Coursera online courses, it's like an online course that each and every one of us can have access to, no matter your geographical area. And then we have LinkedIn Learning also. And then we move on to how smart content work. So smart content works through a basic cycle. One is data collection. So with data collection, that is where you gather data about users, such as their demographics. That involves the user's age, location, or even gender. And then the behavior of the user. That involves the pages visited, how frequent or time spent. And then we move on to analyzing behavior. So with the analyzing of behavior in smart content, it involves examination, like examining um, the user's interaction to understand their performances. And then we move on to deciding on what to change. So with the deciding on what to change, it involves analyzing data and insights to identify areas for improvement. So with this, you analyze data to identify which of the areas to improve upon. And then we move on to delivering personalized content. So with the delivering personalized content, it involves users profiling detail, that is creating profiles based on the user's preference or interest and then the behavior. And then with the delivering of content, it matches with the individual's user's profile. And then we move on to the continuous updating. So um this also means that this also means that the content is generated or adjusted based on the user's interaction or data or other factors. And with this, it ensures that the content remains relevant to the user's needs and interests and can even lead to a better experience. Thank you.
Alright, so my name is Emmanuel Chejuma, and I'm going to continue from benefits of smart content. And the first point is transforming static content in interactive learning. With the help of smart content, we can create learning which is interactive. People are able to get involved or engaged, like the use of text, images, and videos can get students engaged in whatever you are teaching, which makes learning also easier and fun. It also enhances user experiences. Now, with the help of the smart content, users are well experienced in what they learn. They are able to access what they want and when they want to access those materials. It also improved accessibility, like anywhere, anytime accessibility. It takes away the static learning, like going to classroom alone to learn. With the smart content, you're able to access your content wherever you are and whenever you want. It also improves retention when it comes to learning. With smart content, you improve your retention by gaining more knowledge and getting intense recall whatever you do. Now, with the benefit of smart content, we also have the real-time assistance. As you learn, as you are progressing, you're able to know or get support from wherever you need. So if you make a mistake, you're able to get the correction as in real time. So it helps you in learning very fast. Then also adaptive learning and content personalization. With the benefit of smart learning, you're able to personalize your content as to when, how, and what you want to learn. You're able to decide what you learn and whenever you want to learn by checking your interest, your benefits you are going to gain from whatever you are going to learn, and also the time you get to learn whatever you want to learn. So with the adaptive learning and content personalization, you're able to get whatever you learn at the time you want to learn those things. And also measuring learning effectiveness with smart analytics. So with the help of the smart content, you're able to check your progress as to whether you are developing a particular area or you need more assistance or help at a particular area. With the help of smart content, you're able to do all these things. Then also cost efficiency. Since you are able to access the content anywhere you are, like transportation also reduce over there. You are not obliged to go to a particular classroom to learn. You can sit at your comfort zone and learn at any time you want. So thank you.
So, say please, I am Ewusi Samuel, and I will continue from SendPost. So, when we talk of SendPost is simply an all-in-one communication platform that enables institutions to build long-lasting relationship with their audience via email campaigns, push notification, SMS, and then chatbot. So SendPost is basically a platform that enables institutions to communicate with their audience in a very simple manner. I'll continue from so the push notification or push technology is also known as server push. It refers to a communication method where communication is initiated by a server instead of a client. And then with the help of the push notification, you can notify your audience about the release of a new feature, updates, article on a blog. So with the push notification, it helps education institutions and their lecturers to notify their students concerning recent updates. So for example, as a teacher or a lecturer, you can create a channel on YouTube and then tell your students to subscribe to that very channel. Then when every time that you make updates to that channel, the students are notified, and so therefore they can go there and then look for that particular update that is made. So I'll move on to tips for creating effective push notification e-learning. So first of all, you have to understand your audience and their preferences. Before you before you create a notification using the push notification, you have to understand your student needs and then the level of your students, their age limits and the likes. So as a teacher, you can't just design a push notification or implement a push notification for students in the lower primary. No. So you have to know the level of your students' knowledge, their age, and then design the appropriate push notification for them. Secondly, craft attention grabbing messages. So when designing push notification, you have to put in place messages that will grab the attention of your readers, and then also test and optimize notification for effective communication. Before you push your notification, you have to test and make sure it contains whatever information that you want your audience to see. So at this point, I will end for my brother to continue. Thank you very much.
Please, my name is Obedam Kumabedu, and I'm continuing with chatbot. As we said, chatbot is a software program or interface designed to initiate human conversation, typically through text or speech. So, as we say, chatbot help us to interact in so many ways, helping us to engage in learning activities. So, I'm continuing with some uses of chatbot. With my first point, personalized learning. So as we said, Personalized learning in chatbot can provide personalized learning experience for students by adapting to their learning styles, pace, and needs. So I'm moving on to automated assessments. Automated assessments in chatbot help automated the assess process, freeing up instructor to focus on more complex tasks. So with my third point, learning, language learning in chatbot. Chatbot can assist language learning in participating their languaging skills as a conversation, grammar and vocabulary. As we have now experienced that some robots are teaching our students and our kids in our homes how to learn their vocabularies with the help of AI, language learning, and so on. So with accessibility in chatbot, accessibility can provide support for students with disability such as a visual or hearing. So with students facing challenges, maybe physical challenges with maybe uh, deaf and dumb or specialized child or special child. So with accessibility, maybe a person with maybe poor sight or deaf can read and write using chatbot. So with my last point, student engagement. So student engagement, it helps increase engagement in motivation by providing interactive, for example, introducing game in class for maybe in ICT class for a student to engage themselves to get interactive. Not always reading will help the student achieve whatever they want to achieve. Making the class get interactive and so on. So with this, I'll end here and my colleague will come and continue with the conclusion.
I'm Nana Kwabena Prayer, and I'm continuing from where my brother and smart content, as my first lady said, he said refers to the use of technology, particularly artificial intelligence, to create and deliver educational materials that are tailored in individual learning. So with smart content, we are it helps the individuals, and it helps teaching and learning very easier and faster and very simple too. So with smart content, it helps to in data collection, analyze behavior, deciding what to change, delivering personalized content, and continuous updates. So with smart content, it helps us to collect data from different sources, retrieve information from different sources, and other educational platforms. So we move on to benefits of smart content. Benefit of smart content, it enhance experience, improve accessibility, transforming static content into interactive content, personalize and adaptive learning, time support and assistance. So with smart content, it helps us to make changes for inform data collected from other sources, and then move on with the our teaching and learning. This is the main reason why it has made teaching and learning very easier and simple. So yeah, so thank you, sir, and this is where I will end.